Hello everyone, myself Santosh Bodke. This is our fourth lecture on mechanical properties and elastic constant. In this lecture, we will solve few problems on this chapter. So now we will solve this problem number 7. A steel cube block of 50 mm side is subjected to a force of 6 kN tensile along x direction, 8 kN compressive along y direction and 4 kN tensile along z direction. Determine change in volume of block. Take E is equal to 200 GPa and M is equal to 10 by 3. This question is from summer 17 paper. This was asked for 4 marks. Figure is not given. So I have here prepared one figure. We have 3 forces along x direction. This is a px. It is 6 kilonewton tensile. Tensile means arrow outward. Py is compressive. That's why arrow move towards object and this arrow pz away from object. So first of all, we will find out given data. As it is cube, therefore the length, height and breadth are equal. So L is equal to B is equal to H is equal to 50 mm. As it is cube, these all areas also will be equal. These all will equal. Now px means force in x direction. This force in x direction is equal to 6 kilonewton. 6 kilonewton tensile, which is equal to 6000 Newton. Force in y direction. This force in y direction Py is equal to 8 kilonewton, which is equal to 8000 Newton, and it is compressive in nature. And Pz, this direction z, so in this direction this force Pz is equal to 4 kilonewton, which is equal to 4000 Newton. It is tensile in nature. And here Young's modulus is given. Young's modulus is equal to 200 gigapascal. We know giga means it is a power of 9, 10 to the power of 9. So E is equal to 200 into 10 raised to 9 pascal. So for converting this pascal into Newton per mm square, we have to multiply this quantity by 10 raised to minus 6. After multiplying, it become 200 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. This is E, Young's modulus. Now m is equal to 10 by 3. We know that mu or 1 by m, this is a notation for Poisson's ratio, but here 1 upon m is not given. So we can take the reciprocal of this quantity. So reciprocal of this quantity 1 by m is equal to 10 by 3. So 1 by m is equal to 0.3, which is also known as Poisson's ratio. In this problem, change in volume is to be find out. We know that this formula EV means volumetric strain is equal to change in volume divided by original volume. For finding out stress in x direction, strain in this x direction, we have to take a ratio of this force px divided by this cross sectional area, this much of this cross sectional area. So this is 50 by 50. This length is 50, this length is 50. So 50 by 50, it gives this area, and Px is given, Px is 6000 Newton. So stress in this direction, Px divided by A, therefore equal to 6000 divided by this cross sectional area 50 multiplied by 50. So it gives this sigma x equal to load divided by cross sectional area. Load Px 6000 Newton divided by area 50 by 50. It gives sigma x is equal to 2.4 Newton per mm square, and it is tensile in nature. Now for load in y direction, load divided by cross sectional area. Load in y direction, Px is equal to 8000 divided by cross sectional area 50 by 50. So it gives sigma y is equal to minus 3.2. Here minus sign is added as this force is compressive in nature. In this similar manner, the stress in z direction is equal to load divided by area. Load along direction of z is 4000 and cross section area 50 by 50. So it gives sigma z is equal to 1.6 Newton per mm square, and it is tensile in nature. We know that the strain in three-dimensional stress system, volumetric strain is equal to sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma, this is sigma z, divided by E 1 minus 2 mu. So put these three values in this equation. After putting this value, 2.4 minus this 2.4 sigma x, this 3.2 this sigma y, and sigma z is 1.6 divided by Young's modulus 200 into 10 raised to 3, this is 10 raised to 3 in bracket 1 minus 2 mu. So it become 1.6 into 10 raised to 6. This whole equation become 1.6 into 10 raised to 6. Volumetric strain we can also write as del V divided by V. We know the volume of cube. Volume of cube is equal to length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. So after putting length, breadth and height, so change in volume is equal to, this equation become change in volume is equal to this equation multiplied by this term. So change in volume is equal to 0.2 mm cube. This is a problem number 8. A mild steel flat 150 mm wide by 20 mm thick, 6 meter long, carries an axial pull of 300 kilonewton. If the modulus of rigidity of steel is 200 kilonewton per mm square and Poisson's ratio is 0.25, calculate change in length, width, thickness and volume of flat. This question is from summer 16 paper and this was asked for 4 marks. In this problem, figure is not given. I have drawn here figure. It is not mandatory to draw this figure in exam. It is only for your understanding purpose. Our specimen is a steel flat. It is 150 mm wide. It is 150 mm wide, 20 mm thick and 600 mm long. And axial pull of 300 kilonewton. Here it carries axial pull of 300 kilonewton. 300 kilonewton. So after applying this force, we have to find out this change in length, change in width and change in thickness. Also change in volume. So first of all, we will find out given data. So width, this width is 150 mm, W is equal to 150. Thickness is given, thickness is equal to 20 mm, thickness T is equal to 20 mm. Length is equal to 6 meter, which is equal to 6000 mm. The axial load along x-axis is 300 kilonewton, which is equal to 300 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Young's modulus E is equal to 200 kilonewton per mm square, which is equal to 200 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. Poisson's ratio is given. Poisson's ratio mu is equal to 0.25. And change in length, change in width, change in height, and change in volume. These four are unknown. So we know the formula: stress is equal to load divided by area. Load is 300 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, and area. This force act on this much of area. This much, 150 multiplied by 20. So this is a cross sectional area. So stress along this x-axis is equal to this load divided by this cross sectional area, which is equal to 150 multiplied by 20. 150 multiplied by 120. So stress is equal to 100 Newton per mm square. Now we know the formula: Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by linear strain. So this equation become linear strain is equal to, this goes here and this goes here, stress divided by Young's modulus. So we will put this value in this equation. We know stress, this stress 100, and Young's modulus is given, this Young's modulus. So after solving this equation, we get linear strain is equal to 5 into 10 raised to 4. This is a unitless quantity. We know the formula for Poisson's ratio. Poisson's ratio, it is a ratio of lateral strain to the linear strain. We know this linear strain and we know the value of this Poisson's ratio. So using this equation, we can find out the lateral strain. So lateral strain is equal to Poisson's ratio multiplied by mu multiplied by linear strain. So 0.25 multiplied by 5 into 10 raised to minus 4. This gives this lateral strain is equal to 1.25 into 10 raised to minus 4. This is a unitless quantity, no unit. Also we know the formula: lateral strain, it is a change in lateral dimension divided by original lateral dimension, which is also equal to change in thickness divided by original thickness. So change in width is equal to lateral strain multiplied by original width. So it gives 1.25 into 10 raised to minus 4 multiplied by 150. So this equation gives change in width is equal to 0.01875 mm. Also delta T means change in thickness is equal to lateral strain multiplied by original thickness, which gives 1.25 into 10 raised to minus 4 multiplied by original thickness 20 mm. This equation becomes change in thickness is equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 mm. Next, we know the formula: linear strain is equal to change in length divided by original length. So change in length is equal to linear strain multiplied by this L goes here, linear strain multiplied by L. put values of E and L. E we have found, we have value of this E and value of this original length 6000. So this is a change in length 3 mm. So next, we know the formula for volumetric strain is equal to linear strain in bracket 1 minus 2 mu. So this equation become change in volume divided by original volume is equal to linear strain in bracket 1 minus 2 mu. Therefore change in volume is equal to this V will go here, V multiplied by linear strain in bracket 1 minus 2 mu. In this equation put all the values. V is the volume of this flat, 150 multiplied by this 20 multiplied by this length 6000. So 150 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 6000, this gives volume of flat. The value of linear strain 5 into 10 raised to minus 4, this is 5 into 10 raised to minus 4, 1 minus 2 mu, this is the value of mu. So our final answer change in volume is equal to 4500 mm cube. This is a problem number 9. A hollow metal cylinder has an external diameter 100 mm and thickness of metal 10 mm. Length of cylinder is 800 mm. It carries an axial tensile load of 250 kilonewton. If E is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 megapascal, Poisson's ratio 0.25, find change in length and change in diameter. This question is from winter 15 paper. This was asked for 4 marks. In this problem, figure is not given. For your understanding purpose, I have drawn here figure. It is not necessary to draw this figure in exam. So first of all, we will find out given data. Let capital D is equal to external diameter, which is equal to 100 mm, and thickness is 10 mm. Here the internal diameter is not given, so we can find out this internal diameter by subtracting these two thickness from this external diameter. So internal diameter is equal to this external diameter minus this thickness, this two thickness, which is equal to d minus 2t. Therefore small d internal diameter is equal to 80 mm. Length of hollow cylinder is given, which is equal to 800 mm. Axial load 250 kilonewton, which is equal to 250 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Young's modulus 2 into 10 raised to 5 megapascal, which is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 multiply into 10 raised to 6 Pascal. For converting this into Newton per mm square, multiplied this by 10 raised to minus 6. So this 10 raised to minus 6 and 10 raised to plus 6 cancel out. So Young's modulus is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Poisson's ratio is equal to 0.25. And in this problem, we have to find out this change in length and change in diameter. So first of all, we will find out the cross-sectional area of this hollow cylinder. We know the formula for solid cylinder. A is equal to pi by 4 d square. For hollow cylinder, it modifies as pi by 4 in bracket capital D square minus small d square. So after putting values, pi by 4 in bracket this capital D 100 square minus small d 80 square. Therefore cross sectional area A is equal to 2827.43 mm square. We know the formula, change in length is equal to PL divided by AE. Load is 250 into 10 raised to 3 Newton multiplied by this length 800 divided by cross sectional area 2827.43 and Young's modulus 2 into 10 raised to 5. So this is a change in length 0.353 mm. We know formula for linear strain. It is a ratio of change in length divided by original length. We have here calculated this change in length. So put here, and original length is 800 mm. So linear strain is 0.000442. It is a unitless quantity. We know the formula for lateral strain, or formula for Poisson's ratio. Poisson's ratio mu is equal to lateral strain divided by linear strain. So for finding out lateral strain, this E goes here. Therefore lateral strain EL is equal to mu multiplied by linear strain. Therefore lateral strain, put values of mu and linear strain 0.25 multiplied by 0.000442. This gives lateral strain is equal to 0.00011105. So this is a unitless quantity. Also we know that lateral strain is equal to change in lateral diameter dimension divided by original lateral dimension, which is equal to EL is equal to del D divided by D. Therefore change in diameter is equal to this D goes here, EL multiplied by D. We know value of EL 0.001105 multiplied by original external diameter 100 mm. Therefore change in diameter is 0.01105 mm. And as the axial length increases, this diameter decreases. Problem number 10. For a certain material, E is equal to 2.8 K, where E is equal to modulus of elasticity and K is equal to bulk modulus. Calculate Poisson's ratio. Also calculate ratio of Young's modulus to modulus of rigidity. This question is from winter 14 paper. This was for 4 marks. So we will find out given data. Here they have given Young's modulus is equal to 2.8 times bulk modulus. E is equal to 2.8 K. Poisson's ratio is unknown, and ratio of Young's modulus to modulus of rigidity. So we know the relation between Young's modulus and bulk modulus is equal to 3K 1 minus 2 mu. Then put this value E is equal to 2.8K. Therefore this equation becomes 2.8K is equal to 3K 1 minus 2 mu. This K get cancelled. Therefore 2.8K is equal to 3 1 minus 2 mu. Multiply this 3 into this bracket. Therefore it becomes 3 minus 6 mu. Therefore 6 mu is equal to 0.2. Therefore Poisson's ratio is equal to 0.033. This is our first answer. We know the relation between Young's modulus and modulus of rigidity. E is equal to 2G 1 plus mu. Divide this equation by G. Then this equation become E divided by G is equal to 2 in bracket 1 plus 0.033. So after solving this equation, we get E divided by G is equal to 2.0667. So this is a ratio of Young's modulus to bulk modulus. This is our second answer. Now problem number 11. A cylinder bar is 30 mm in diameter and 2000 mm long. The bar is subjected to uniform trace of 100 Newton per mm square in all directions. Calculate the modulus of rigidity and bulk modulus. If the modulus of elasticity is 1.1 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square and Poisson's ratio is 0.2. This question is from summer 19 paper. This was for 4 marks. So first of all we will find out given data. Our specimen is circular bar. So diameter of bar is small d is equal to 30 mm and length of bar is 2000 mm. The bar is subjected to uniform trace of 100 Newton per mm square in all direction. This is important, in all direction. That's mean sigma x is equal to sigma y is equal to sigma z is equal to 100 Newton per mm square. Next, Young's modulus is equal to 1 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square and Poisson's ratio mu is equal to 0.2 mm. Modulus of rigidity is unknown and bulk modulus is unknown. So solution, we know that the formula for volumetric strain is equal to sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z divided by Young's modulus is in bracket 1 minus 2 mu. Therefore put all this value in this equation. EV is equal to 100 plus 100 plus 100 divided by value of Young's modulus 1 into 10 raised to 5 in bracket 1 minus 2 multiplied by mu 0.2. So after solving this equation we get volumetric strain EV is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 3. This is a unitless quantity. We know the formula for bulk modulus. It is a ratio of direct stress to the volumetric strain. We know the direct stress, this 100 divided by volumetric strain. We have calculated it here. So put this in equation. Therefore bulk modulus is equal to 5.55 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per mm square. This is our first answer. Or this can be find out by another method. We know the relation E is equal to 3k 1 minus 2 mu. Put all the values in this equation. E is equal to 1.1 into 10 raised to 5 is equal to 3k 1 minus 2 mu. So this equation become k is equal to 1 into 10 raised to 5, 3 in bracket 1 minus 2 multiplied by 0.2. Therefore k is equal to 5.55 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per mm square. We know the relation between Young's modulus and modulus of rigidity is equal to 2g1 plus mu. Put all the values in this equation. 1 into 10 raised to 5, this value of E is equal to 2g1 plus mu. So in this equation g is unknown, so g become 1 into 10 raised to 5 divided by 2 into bracket 1 plus 0.2. So g is equal to 4.16 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per mm square. This is our second answer.